everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Self-Improvement Project. I hope you're all well. Here in Scotland, we've had, I might have said already in previous episodes, but we're really getting that great spring sun at the moment, and it's just lifting the mood when you're out and about, which is good. I hope you're up to something nice at the moment. I hope you're having a week where you're maybe feeling a bit proud of some of the things that you've implemented from your own self-improvement journey. And I sincerely hope that you're up to something nice today. Thank you if you've been reaching out to me. It's been very nice reading some of the messages that people have sent, as well as just getting to know you a wee bit more. I am looking, as if you're on my email, you'll know I'm looking to coach a few people and things like that. So I'm delving back into that again. So it's nice. Today's episode is called Being Rich and Successful 1.0 and 2.0. So I'm comparing these two perspectives of what it's like to be rich and successful in life. I hope you enjoy. Money, high status, an impressive job and salary, being popular and well known. This is perhaps the first things you thought of when reading the title of today's episode, Being Rich and Successful. Today's episode is here to not only challenge your thoughts, but to open your mind. However, let's start with the well-revered friends above, as we are most familiar with them. But why are these things, why are they the most prominent elements in our life when it comes to being rich and successful? Money is the one thing that gives us a benchmark in society. Across every society, mostly every society that exists in the world, the benchmark is money. A society we're all expected to live in. Being in our 20s is a trap for this. We have to go into the system of society to realize what's happening and then try to get out, if we want. So, if we can get plenty of money, lots of it, we'll be okay, right? Well, you can buy everything you want or think you want, but money only solves money problems. You may have heard that before. Money is not the solution of all your problems. So I ask the question, why does money dominate our lives as much as oxygen allows us to breathe? Is it because of perception and comparison? We live in a world where we perceive lots of money equals better. Let me repeat that. We perceive lots of money equals better. Plus, we are brought up in an education system where we compare ourselves against each other all day, every day of the week. Exams, tests, set groups based upon ability are how we are defined for the majority of our week as a child. So we end up consistently comparing ourselves, thinking it's normal, to those we're surrounded with, which feeds into any further education that we do, which feeds into the jobs that we then pursue in the world and society that we live in, which feeds into the houses and property that we maybe look to get and buy and purchase and own, and the cars and the kids, and the list goes on and on and on. So having lots of money means we're rich, right? And where do we get lots of money from? Our high-paying, high-status jobs. Now, please note, for a bit of perspective here, I have plenty of friends and people I know that have wonderful jobs that they are happy and engaged with in their lives, and they're engaged in those roles. However, when we reach our first high-paying job, there is a day of complete indulgence, satisfaction, and sense of achievement, and rightly so. But what follows can be pure entrapment. This job becomes your identity. It's who you are, and maybe more hard-hitting, it's what you are known for. How could you face the possible social repercussions that will follow if you were to leave that job? So you stay. Sometimes forever. Anyway, this high-flying job brings a big benefit, and the last piece of the puzzle for being rich and successful 1.0, people want to know you. They want to be associated with you. By doing so, they will be seen as more successful, whatever that means. So you must now maintain this high social standing to ensure others want to remain associated with you, to ensure that they talk well of you, to guarantee that you're invited to exclusive social events and are never forgotten about. Just in case, people might forget how important you are. And that's all it takes to be rich and successful 1.0. You can now revel in the fact that you have completed the assignment handed to you after school to go and fit into the system properly. But, now, having achieved all that and working so hard to get there, there is something missing. It's quite difficult to define what this missing thing is. It's not an objective nor obtainable thing, more an emptiness that we don't need to fill. We need to remove it. In other words, we need to completely pivot from this situation that we're in. These elements we have seen so far are always going to exist, no matter how far you run away from them. But this, today, is more about a shift of perspective. If you listened to one of my episodes a few weeks ago, it was yes and rather than either or. So this is a shift of perspective. They're going to exist and you're going to change your perspective with it. These other things that exist, are things that maybe at the moment we just can't see yet. Maybe this is your moment. Maybe this is your eyes opening, mind expanding moment. Now this game, it's almost like level 1, we've achieved it. This friend that is maybe going to help you with the next level, that will allow us to expand our awareness, which will allow us to maybe shift our perspective, is called depth. Let's talk about depth for a few minutes. Depth is that friend we connect with instantly and feel like we've known forever. How have I not known about this friend in my life up till now? Where have you been all of my life? It can also be that person that you think, I'm not cool enough to hang out with them, if we go back to my social status example from earlier. But then you realize how normal and down to earth they are. This friend depth is attainable for you to achieve if you let it. And this friend that we've recently met and acquainted is actually our friend is going to hold our hand and pull us through the gateway to being rich and successful 2.0. This depth of our life that we're looking at is what allows us to reach that next level of the game. Now, up till now, like I've maybe alluded to, depth can sometimes seem invisible. Maybe we've not met them before. Maybe we've not explored it, or the concept of depth even, that much. Things we are not aware of, but can have a significant impact on the quality of our lives. Being rich and successful 2.0 is about developing depth within the important aspects of our lives. A lot of what I talk about on this podcast are things like our health, mentally and physically, our habits, physically and mentally as well, and things around positivity, happiness, fulfillment that we're looking for. And when we're surface level for all these things, they don't last, they're not sustainable, but we also don't get the best of them. So we need to develop them day in, day out to get the most out of them. Now, this invisible depth, think of the deep end of a swimming pool. From the surface, you can't really see how deep it is, but we'll only know if we jump in. These things that we can't see or are unaware of are the things that we should strive for as a benchmark for the quality of our lives. The fulfillment from a job. What are the things beyond surface level that we need more depth on? Do you need to do to get more fulfillment out of that job? With your health, maybe let's use exercise and fitness as an example. What are the things beyond surface level being able to see for others that you need to do to make sure that you get the most out of that for you? Not for anyone else, for you. By exploring these things, we realize that the ultimate goal here for a lot of what we do in life are for that subjective, sometimes unattainable goal of fulfillment, of getting that burst of happiness that we know we've worked so hard for. the importance of living within our means so that the pleasure when we spend money is there, because the benchmark never changes. If you buy the car that you've wanted for 10 years, sooner or later, you're going to get bored of it. However, if you were to buy a car that wasn't your dream car and you drove it and got bored of it, it's the same outcome. Our ultimate goal here is peace of mind. Peace of mind is the thing that is that unattainable goal. However, knowing that you've done everything towards what you really want in life, having no regrets around that, is what makes your life rich, is what makes this untangible thing that is success your success. The important to you problems, the play in life, the creativity, the contribution within life that is important to you is depth. These are the things that make your life engaging. And the beautiful thing about being rich and successful 2.0 is that it's unique to you. You are unable to clone that experience for someone else. Perhaps that is why being rich and successful 1.0 is the only thing that we can aim for. There might never be a replica that you ever experience in your life to aim for, which maybe makes it seem all that more important to go your own path, explore your curiosities about what makes you feel fulfilled, what makes you happy, what relationships you want to have in your life, what gives you peace of mind, what do you want to contribute to the world. By contributing to the world, you're sharing your life with other people through those deep, meaningful relationships, through improving the life of others, through the courage to be the person that you want to be sooner rather than waiting for someday. That contribution might be going to new places and having an impact on that place by meeting new people that you would never have met if you were aiming to climb the ladder at your work to earn more money to get that car. The depth of impact that you can have on the world through being rich and successful 2.0 is the indescribable thing in comparison to being rich and successful 1.0. At the end of the day, guys, it is the internal over the external. The internal and intrinsic elements of you as a person is what will make you rich and successful. The external and extrinsic motivations, goals, and achievements that you have in your life are what will make you rich and successful 1.0. And that's us. Quite a deep episode today. Quite lengthy, a lot to think about. And I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know your thoughts. Please share with me what thoughts are racing through your head. I hope whenever you listen to this that you do have pencil and paper or pen and paper, whatever, notes on your phone nearby, because those thoughts that you have that are provoking your life perspective are things that you will never be able to recapture. So make sure you always write down how it makes you think. And that's us. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you think about the depth of your life moving forward, and I will see you all next time. Cheers.